We come now to the little book of Zephaniah. I told you at the beginning when we took up Nahum that we were putting together three remarkable little books, Nahum, Habakkuk, and Zephaniah. And I'm sure that most of you now agree that the first two books, Nahum and Habakkuk, are unusual books. Well, Zephaniah is not far behind. In fact, it's not behind at all. It's another remarkable book that we've come to. Now, I do not think the little book of Zephaniah will ever take the place of John 3:16 or the Gospel of John as number one in Bible popularity. But the contents of this little book have never been familiar. I doubt whether the little book's been read very much. I'm going to ask a question that I asked a long time ago regarding another book, and that is, how many of you have ever heard a sermon on Zephaniah? I dare say that few of you have ever done that. I asked that question several years ago when I was pastor one Sunday morning when I was going to preach on it, and out of a congregation of between 2,500 and 3,000, there were probably two hands that were put up that had heard a sermon on Zephaniah. Now, that's not due to the mediocrity or the inferiority of this little book, I can assure you, but it's been neglected because actually its theme was known. I think it would be appreciated, and that is, it has the same theme as the Gospel of John has. John is called the Apostle of Love, and he is an apostle of love. But we come to a little book, and he is the prophet of love. Now, it's going to be difficult for you to believe that. It's hard to believe it, but let me give you a verse from that. We're acquainted with John 3:16. How about Zephaniah 3:17? Listen to this. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save. He'll rejoice over thee with joy. He'll rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. He'll rest in his love. Lovely, isn't it? Well, may I say to you, this little book is a little different, though, than the Gospel of John. This verse I've given you is just like a small island that is sheltered in the midst of a storm-tossed sea, because much of this little book of Zephaniah seems rather harsh and cruel. It seems like it's fury poured out, and the reason for that is there's just too much judgment that's in this little book here. He begins chapter 3 of Zephaniah with, "Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city." And starts out in that vein, and that's not very popular today.